Okay, here we are again. Welcome to Burning Oaks Ranch,
Oh no.
out in the middle of nowhere. The
The greatest.
the great wide
Yeah.
divide.
Now let me
Um,
while she's on that, throw in there. It's great. I mean, everybody has their places, but it's beautiful up here, and
it is
mom and dad have a big front porch and
a
the
big back
swing, and
porch.
we'll sit out on there, during the day, especially in the evenings and nights. When me and Teresa come up and visit and stuff, and it's just it's nice, and I know
It
y'all
is nice.
enjoy it.
We
You
love
see
it.
it,
We love it.
but we're hey,
But the best thing is all the chicken.
Oh,
Oh,
we I saw something that I
Dakota,
didn't
wipe
want to
that smile on
see.
your face.
Dakota, he had a
He had a big smile
smile
on
like
his
you wouldn't
face.
believe.
Dakota and
Jenny
and Jenny's here, and
and Kim Kim
you can already get. We don't have to say Dakota. Just kind of.
mooned
A
us.
moon, yeah, he moon.
Well, I
But
like
you know what's
glasses. I
funny?
was
I
gonna
never knew the moon had a crack in it like that.
hope that don't
Called
offend.
the crater.
I thought it was just a big smile on his face.
I hope that don't offend anybody, but
But,
hey, if it does, well,
Hey,
we're a family that just has a sick sense of
And-
hey,
humor.
there's nobody that out there that has not either been mooned
Yeah,
or that has mooned
Dakota and Jenny's up here with us, and
with Kim Kim.
and we got
Yes,
Camden
yes,
Jackson
yes.
Smith,
Yes,
And let me just throw
our
this in
newest member.
of the
real
Memphis
quick
Mafia.
before we get started.
Mafia.
Before we get started telling
Fourth
stories or
in
talking,
line.
I want to just throw this in there. Love Jenny to death, and she puts it out there. But last night, she said, "Let's play Yahtzee. I will beat you 2 straight games."
Who got the Yahtzee?
Jenny can't play Yahtzee. Okay,
I just don't cheat.
she don't cheat. She
She
said.
don't cheat.
Anyway, let's get into.
But we all kind of gathered up here tonight. But I'm gonna tell a little story about 1950, I believe it was.
1950.
Elvis lived
That was
in
way back then.
Lauderdale.
That was 100 years ago.
What are y'all trying to say? I'm old.
Oh well,
I was 4 years old.
yeah, 1950.
I wasn't much older. But
Okay.
anyway, get back to the story.
Right.
Boy, I was rudely.
I know. I'm sorry. Once again, excuse the hell out of me.
But Elvis had gotten a.
Lena.
Yeah, what are you doing? Y'all have to pardon us. She's.
Oh, okay. I thought he had his shirt on backward, but I guess he's okay.
She's looking out
she
for
still
you.
has to check you.
She's looking at
Anyway, go ahead, Dave. We're sorry. Once again, we're
But
sorry.
anyway,
Like it's right.
Elvis had gotten a new BB gun for Christmas that year, and so he was trying it out and shooting, and there was a park bench out in front of the Lauderdale courts, and it was a bus stop there, and they used to run the trolley through there, and they'd pick people up and all. Well, they would stop and pick them up, but while they were waiting, a lot of times they were sitting on this park bench, and it had, just like one up there in the bottom, and in between
Had
was nothing.
spaces.
Yeah, it had a space. So Elvis got in the window, and it was a good ways off. I mean, he wasn't, vicious anything, but he would take that BB gun, and he would get in that window and he'd pop him in the hiney. Well, like I say, it was enough
In
to
the
make
butt.
you jump. And of course, it was funny then, but I'm sure the people was feeling it wasn't too funny. But anyway, his daddy caught him, and he had to give the BB gun up for a little while. He was always doing something crazy.
He always had a fascination with guns.
Yeah, for guns anyway.
The craziness. I
Yeah,
mean,
craziness.
Yeah, just
that was
funny
always.
stuff, boy. He just
He did.
he never
did
ceased to
some crazy
amaze me,
stuff.
as they say. Oh, you know what?
Yep. Was never a dull moment.
No. I meant to tell y'all though. Believe it or not, I recorded the song, and
He did. I think it's going to be a #1 hit.
and it's a remake of old Bobby Darin song, and it kind of goes like this. Splish splash, I was kicking her ass. Along about a Saturday night, wham bam, I slapped her down. We were in a hell of a fight. Now that's it.
We don't get more lyrics, but hey, he's good. He thought of it.
No,
I want to
That was
throw
good.
in real quick. We did have a question, and that had come in, and they were wanting to know. They had heard from somewhere, and was it true? Of course, they knew it. You know, Grace and y'all have talked about before. But like when y'all were on tour and stuff, would Elvis get up in the middle of the night, come in y'all and stay in y'all's room for hours or whatever? So that was the question, and I'll let y'all.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is true.
this is true.
Could this
Yeah.
be true? Yes, this is true.
But yeah, he got up. We started and we had just
We're all on the same floor.
same floor, but a lot of times the rooms had to be. There was
Yeah.
many of us. Well, they had put us down the hall, which was at the end of the hall, and Elvis was like, oh gosh,
Middle ways, or
a
because
little
they had some
further
on
down
each
the
end.
middle ways. But anyway, he got up, and he come out, and he was looking for us, and he asked the guard there. He said, do you know what room they're in? And he said, Mr. Presley, I really don't know. He said, but I from what you described, I think he's down at the very end of the hall on the right. So we hear a knock on the door, and I mean, it's like 3 or
We
4
were
o'clock
all
in the
gone to
morning.
bed.
Yeah, we not all gone to bed, and well, we opened up the door, and he comes on in, and he's talking and carrying on, and telling us about different things, and all of a sudden, we in bed, and here he is. He's laid down on the other side, and we're all just looking up, and he's talking away, boy, and carrying
And
on the
left to go shove
conversation,
over.
and never, and never once thinking anything about it. But that was Elvis.
He went to sleep.
Yeah, he went to sleep, and finally we, woke him up. And I walked him back to his room, and from then on, though, he said, I want him either right across the hall from me or right next to me. He said, I don't want to look for him again.
So
So from then on, we
we
had to
were-
either be right across the hall or right next to his room. But yeah, you never knew what he was going to do. And it just, he got ready to talk or visit. I mean, time was it was not a thing with him. It just, he just got up and did what he wanted to do.
Didn't matter. It's just like the night we were staying up at Graceland, and we were spending the night up there, and we went to bed, and we were staying in Lisa's room, and Elvis and Linda were in his room, and we had already gone to bed and got getting ready to just make it a night, and we heard this knock at the door, and Billy said, "Who is it?" He said, "It's just me."
Just me, Elvis.
And I'm thinking, just me. And so we opened the door, and he said, "We got big things to do." He said, "Let's get up and he said, "We'll take a ride. Let's go for a ride." And about that time, Linda came out, and she had on her beautiful negligee because she always was always so classy and everything. So Elvis had on his pajamas and a robe, and Billy said, "Well, okay, we'll get dressed, and you get." He said, "No, no, no, we don't have time for any of that." He said, "We're just gonna wear what we got on." And Billy said, "In our pajamas?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "We're just gonna be in the truck." So we went, Elvis and Linda and
Just
Billy and me, and all the way to
Hernando, yeah.
from Graceland. We just rode all the way down to Hernando about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
14 miles.
Yeah. Got off and got back on the expressway, rode all the way back to Graceland, and went in his room and probably talked till daylight. But that's the kind of fun things that we did that anybody else probably would have thought was boring, except that it was with Elvis. But we didn't, because I mean that was just our regular. You never knew what to expect. Like I've always said, it was like living with Peter Pan. You know, you never had to grow up. We just, you know, you just.
Yeah.
I always liked him when he was in the little green pointed hat and the little green outfit. No,
No, but you
but
know he
we
did.
had a lot of fun
Funny you
doing
said
things
that,
like
but
that.
remember when he was doing Harem Scarum? I remember he would come home from the studio because we were out there at that time that he was making that movie, and he wore that turban home every night with that dark makeup. He loved it. He loved wearing that turban and the dark, you know,
Yeah, and the sideburns
the
were a
Max
little bit
Factor
different.
makeup.
Yeah.
We had another question that had come in, and it's been asked a time or two, but and we'll kind of go back over it again. Did a lot of the things y'all still have, or we all kind of have, you know, y'all given us stuff that Elvis bought for you
Yeah,
and gave you and stuff. As a matter of fact, one of them is
yeah, my necklace. I'm not positive, but I think that Larry Geller had these made in the early '60s,
Mm.
and Elvis gave me this one back in the '60s. So I don't remember what year it was or
I'm not
anything, but
sure
it's
either.
actually it's it's sterling silver, and it's a cutout of Jesus Christ in the thing.
that's,
Hmm.
that's pretty. And just you know, it's hard to name it all, but of course everybody knows. But I mean, you know, you still, you know, I mean, he bought y'all with, you know, everything, you know,
Everything,
jewelry, rings, coats,
cars,
cars,
furs, yeah,
yeah, motorcycle, you know, everything. So, uh, but when he bought for the trailer, you know, and I had told, I've showed the mirror that
yeah.
that he bought. You've still got
My grandfather clock.
the
Yep.
grandfather clock that he bought,
Yeah,
and you know, a few things that you've given, you know,
yeah.
me and Joey and Danielle,
Danielle.
and so you know, yes, you know,
Well, when we moved here, I we Billy we decided what we wanted, you know, and give you something, give Danny, I mean Joey something, give Danielle, and for each of your houses, you and Teresa,
right,
and I have my clock, and we still have a lot of things. Billy has some toys that he had that his mother put up for him because he tore most of them up when he was little. But
Oh no.
but she had and we have some little cars that belonged to Elvis when he was little. We don't, he does. They were his, and I have some things that he had given to me. We have a lot of joke things, you know,
Yeah.
like he gave me that when I was pregnant with Joey, he gave me a elephant. No, it was a stork pen with a baby elephant in it, and he thought that was really funny because mine back then this was Billy and I was Belly.
but you
Billy
also
and
come
Billy.
up with a name for him, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
And Priscilla.
Hmm. Yeah, I won't say what it was. No, no, I just want to say one thing, and it's about politics.
Oh no.
No, I'm not. I just want to say that, you know, we all have our own opinions and choices, and I do make remarks sometimes, which, you know, but everybody knows, I'm sure, about all the things that I punch like and all that, you know, who I support. But it doesn't make me mad or it doesn't upset me if
Right.
anybody else does not. That's their own
You
private,
sure?
personal. Well, that's why we have. That's why we have a free
Yeah.
country because
Right, and
you
you're
know
actually saying it right.
I'm
You
just
know,
saying that I don't hate anybody
no,
or I don't any of my friends that are not for who
that's what you're
I'm
saying.
for. That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
right,
You're still my friends,
right.
and I love you to death.
Yes.
I have close friends and some family that support, you know,
And I was wanting to
different.
touch on that too. Me and Teresa, we feel the same way, and it shouldn't.
No,
What
No.
we have in common, and what we love and we share with our, you know, I call you my Elvis family because to me that's what you are, not Elvis fans, but Elvis family. But it's like Mama just said, it makes no difference who you support,
I was
or who
bumping
you
the
care,
car.
or anything. I mean, that's why we all, like I said, some people like pizza, some people don't.
Right.
But what we have in common, that's what we share, and we just don't want, you know, I mean, we have our
We're
feelings and
not
our
gonna
beliefs
lose a
just like you
friend.
do, and we'll never criticize you for that. And I guess we don't like to be criticized. I mean, it shouldn't stop. It shouldn't stop anything.
Now, anybody
Now,
that
I
don't like pizza's got to be un-American.
Well, I just use that.
No,
I love
but that's what we're trying to say.
Look,
Right.
I think you're freaking crazy. No, I'm only
We are.
kidding.
We are.
We
crazy.
are.
No.
But everybody has a right to their own choice, their own opinion, and support who you want to, and because that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Exactly, and that's all.
But that's all okay.
Yes.
It's not. That's not. If you got a friend and you had a friend before all this stuff started, and you still got them, then they're your friend. And
Right.
if they're not your friend anymore, they weren't your friend to begin with. So
That's exactly. That's well put.
that's what I want to say. And
That's the way we
we were
feel.
saying, you said you wanted to say something about Sam.
I was going to tell a little story about
Sam.
and
Sam Thompson.
Sam Thompson.
Linda's-
He was a character
He
too.
was
Boy. I
he
really liked Sam.
and Louise.
But we was on tour and we had been all kind of playing jokes on each other. Well, Sam had one side. He usually had two beds in his room. Just don't know why, but he did. Well, this particular time, I knew which bed he slept on. So I got all this little things of jelly, and from breakfast and stuff like that. Well, I decided to
breakfast
go in
trays.
there, and so I took it all and I mashed it up real good, and I put it all under his cover, kind of over on the far side, so when he first got in, he wouldn't feel it. Well, he decided he's gonna go to bed, and I was watching him, and carrying on. In a minute, he come out and he looked straight at me. He said, "You little son of a..." And I thought, "Oh God, man, I made this rascal mad. I hope he don't kill me here."
Billy
but
used
then-
to aggravate him, call him Paddlefoot.
Yeah, but then he just started laughing. He said, "You have ruined my bed. I'm gonna have to sleep on the other one, and I hate sleeping on that side." but Sal he's a really a good guy, and he was really good
He
for
added
Elvis to have
yeah,
around.
he
He added
was.
to the group,
And Louise too.
and Louise,
Louise,
right? His
yeah.
wife Louise,
And while we're on that, I talked to Sam just a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. And as soon as we with the COVID and everything on it, but as soon as we get where we can hook up, whether he is in Memphis or Tupelo or whatever, the next time that we can get together, we're going to get together. And Sam has already said he's wanting to do some more videos, and I love having him. So maybe we'll get some more Sam stories too. So
Yeah.
I just want to because we was talking
Yeah.
about him. And,
Billy and me and Dick and Sam spent a whole lot of time together on the plane, on tours, because we played cards all the way to one city and all the way to the next. We played cards all the way to Hawaii and
Yeah.
all the way back.
Just
and
stop. We just pick it up. When we got back on the plane.
They were those two were really close, Dick and Sam, and funny. God, they were funny.
And boy, you talking about taking care of Elvis.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah. Good guys.
Yes, sir. But that was how close the Elvis
their whole
family was.
yeah.
We just all
the guys that were close and the wives that were close were
just blended.
Just
We
blended.
just blended together.
Yeah. And
Now this guy, he's probably gonna kill me if he sees me, but I used to call him Paddle Feet. Of course, Sam's God. I don't know what
tall.
is he, about 6'5"
Oh,
or
I don't
something
know,
like
but
that.
he's tall.
But he had feet like that, and I used to call him Paddle Feet. And thank God he took it. He took it good because, like I say, he's a big dude.
Remember the time I remember him telling about Elvis. I think it was in Vegas. He was telling it, and he said it was like one of his first trips when he started working for Elvis, and he said for some reason the sound on the microphone or on one of the instruments or something was not working, and they kept shaking and shaking it. And he said he was, standing over there on the side, and he said they got to looking, and he was watching them, and they followed all the way down, and Sam was standing on the cord that cut it off.
Oh man.
He was funny though. He used to tell us stories about when he was a cop in Memphis, and he could come. He was hilarious.
But I kind of got a lot of great stories.
We miss,
Sam.
it's all of them, like Marty and Dick, and I haven't seen Melissa Grove since Dick's death, and we love you, Melissa, and hope you're doing okay. I know it's
Yes, we
hard, but
And Sam and Louise.
and Louise, and remember, Linda used to bring Jennifer up there.
Yeah.
Their two daughters, Jennifer and Amy.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
you get to thinking about
you
all of
do,
it, and it just
and like Duty said, but there's a whole lot of other stories and
other people
and we'll be telling them.
Yeah.
We're just not going to tell them all tonight.
yeah. Remind me of one we'll tell about.
No,
Elvis gave out really, really huge bonuses one year at Christmas, and I remember Patsy Presley, Patsy Ruth Presley Gamble. We went up on the roof, and we were up on there dancing and singing. We're in the money. We're in the money. We had a blast.
And then Elvis walked out.
It was just a joke.
We're just kidding.
Yeah.
No, you know how
We
he
had
loves stuff like that anyway.
Yeah, he did. He thought it was funny. I know when he gave me my ring, and I can't. He gave me a beautiful gold diamond ring, and I almost had a wreck looking at my ring while I was driving. And he thought that was so funny because I almost ran into the car.
But we'll
talk about another story. Let's just talk about it now. One year, Elvis, he decided he was in a really joking mood. So he was giving out everybody's bonus. So, everybody was up there, and, God, I don't know who, there was a lot of people. And he was giving them out, and he gave them out to everybody. He said, now look, he said, before y'all open them, I just want to tell you, that it's been kind of a tough year this year. So, it's not as much as I usually give out, but that don't mean I still love everybody. He said, now y'all can open them up. And so we all opened them up, and guess what it was? A McDonald's gift certificate for 50 cents. Well, you talking about a bunch of jaws hitting the floor, and him laughing, he rolled in the floor.
Couldn't.
I mean, he couldn't.
And then he said, now give me the real. Bring out the envelope.
that is good.
Really, I thought a few were going to have a heart
Yeah, I
attack
did too.
because they thought he was serious.
That's being truthful, isn't it? No.
That's truthful.
Yeah. That was a good story. But yeah, I do want to throw in there before we
He was a card boy.
before we get out of
Yeah.
here. Yeah. I'm sorry, did you have something else?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
No, just take it back.
In 2 weeks, the 18th, Friday night. Of course, we're all family, but if you are going, hey, we'll see you there. I know a lot of you are.
Trudy and Steve will see you at the fight.
Yes, and if you can't make it, hey, be pulling and praying for Dakota. Be with him in thought at the fight, and let's come out with another win.
And you can order it on live TV. Live. What do they call it? Live feed or something?
Yeah.
What is it?
Dakota, you speak up.
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
Okay.
You can order it.
So
And
see, you can get that.
you don't
way,
have
but-
to order it.
No,
Oh, okay.
it'll just be on Facebook Live. I think. I don't know a lot about that, but what?
Well, he's going to win. Dakota is, because I'm predicting an early knockout. I'm gonna catch that guy when
our
he comes out
Dakota,
out of the dressing room. Knock
we
him
had
out.
Dakota the Dream, Dakota the Champ, and Dakota the Dad. So that's his titles.
But I just want, like I said, just want y'all to be
Uh-oh.
Uh,
I didn't mean
to have him in your prayers and think about him. And we
Pull for him.
pull for him.
Pull
yes,
for him.
yes.
And
And
I probably will have a breakdown and have to have paramedics.
Honey, you already have. Don't worry about it.
no, before we get out of here, no, Mama will. I don't know if y'all seen any video of the fights, but you know, it's a wonder we hadn't got thrown out. She gets a little rowdy
I
sometimes.
can't believe they actually told that on me.
But remember now, Mama, and that's where Dakota gets it from. She's a champ within herself. You remember my video on the woman she whooped. But hey, y'all,
Here she is,
yes.
Duke
Yeah.
Smith.
And guess what? She still whoops on Daddy.
That's a fact.
But with that being said, y'all, we appreciate you. We love you. And what do we always say?
We always live
live
Elvis.
Elvis.